Let's see. The first one I see is Emil. He says, what would you do if you need GMB names and categories optimization for 20,000 of banks and ATM locations in multiple languages? Are there? I don't think I understand that question or what it is that you're trying to do. Um,
So do you want to scrape the names and categories of 20,000 of the names of 20,000 banks and ATM locations?
Sounds more like the opposite to me, not knowing, and I don't work with GMBs, but I'm thinking like the conversion AI stuff, like coming up with unique descriptions for each or something. Does that make sense to you guys?
I don't know because you can't add you can't add custom categories to GMBs. You
No.
haven't been able to do that for years. You have to select an already existing category. So I don't know what he means by if you need GMB's names and categories. To me, I would think it would. Again, the way I'm interpreting this is I think more like what Marco was interpreting is there some way to scrape that stuff? I don't know. If you can clarify the question, I'm happy to try to give it a shot, but I don't really understand what it is that you're trying to do here, what the intent of the question is. Does anybody else have an idea?
No, but I mean, we had software when we could go when we were going to 9 and 10. Remember when Google Local Guides, and
Yes.
we had a script that would go and find the ATMs and the banks and drop reviews and all kinds of things, images in all the different points. So I probably somewhere in all my stuff, I probably have and it's Python. It's a Python script that does that. But you would have to be adjusted for specific GMB names of or banks or whatever it is to find them, to go scrape, find, and then like I'm not sure what it is that you want done and the languages, like I don't know. But of course it's not free because it took us a lot of time to code that out.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as data scraping, there was a question that came up recently in the mastermind about that. There was two tools that I've been using recently a lot. D7 Lead Finder, which I don't know if that's again pertaining to your question specifically, but I know that that's questions come up recently on multiple times. Excuse me. D7 Lead Finder, I had been using, which is good. If you're doing a lot of like bulk scraping and stuff, it's $100 a month. Actually, it went up. I think it's like $120 a month now. But if you get the professional plan, which is great for bulk scraping, like up to 100 cities at a time for a particular keyword, and that works great for what I'm doing for my directory. But then more recently, I've been also using Texau. I think it's called TEXAU, which is it's a different kind of scraping tool, but it does a ton of it's almost like a Zapier. It's got what they call spices, which are individual tasks, and then you can create recipes by combining different spices. And it does all kinds of scraping, like custom scraping stuff that you can develop or, create your own recipes or use some of their already created recipes, which, I mean, some of the really cool things is it'll scrape profiles from Facebook groups, which is pretty cool. It's just got a ton of different functionality and they're always adding to it. So there's an AppSumo deal right now that's gone up a little bit, but it's still on AppSumo. And in my opinion, it's still worth it. You have to buy 3 codes minimum for you to get an hour of processing time per day, which is what I'm using. And that's more than enough for what I've been needing. But it's a pretty powerful tool. And I see a lot of stuff on their development, like roadmap, that's going to make it continue to get stronger and stronger. So that's a really good tool as well. I've checked that out if you guys are doing any data scraping.